everybody. Welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm Lady D, your host for this segment, and I'm coming live from the MBS Festival in Sydney at the ICC Darling Harbour. So this week, what we got with the planets, we have on the 22nd, we have a lot of aspects with Pluto. So over this next week, there's going to be a lot of transformation that's going to come up. I feel like it's things going to be quite deep that you've been thinking about or sort of been coming up that you're having to be dealing with, and it's going to be an outcome by the end of the week is what I feel. So we do have on the 22nd Venus, which would be sextile to Pluto. So that's going to be about relationships and also finances. I feel like it's going to be like a pattern throughout the week. So I said a lot of stuff with Pluto. So I feel like there's going to be deep issues or deep things that you've been thinking about that are somehow going to transform by the end of the week. On the 23rd, we've got the Sun, which is going to be conjunct Venus, and that will, because the Venus is going to be moving into Pisces by the end of the week, but that will be in Aries. So that might be a day where a lot of confusion or arguments may be coming from relationships or money issues may be coming up on that day. We've also got on the 24th, we've got then the sextile with the Sun to Pluto. So again, with Pluto about the Phoenix, a lot of changes, but I feel like there's going to be positive changes and positive mindsets coming up as well. We're then going to have a conjunction with the Sun conjuncting with Mercury, so Mercury in retrograde. That again, I feel like it's about communication not going well, going a bit haywire, plans, and I feel like there's going to be a thing of being misled or things being misleading with that day. We then have another Pluto transit as another sextile with Mercury, so communication. On the 27th, we then have the square with Mars and Chiron again coming up. So I feel like that's about deep-wounded issues that haven't been resolved. And then we've got on the 27th, we've got Venus, which is going to be entering the Pisces. So Venus that's been in Aries is going to be a very different Venus moving into Pisces, where I feel like in Aries it's a bit more of aggression, a bit more argumentative. Going into Pisces, it's a bit more victim mode, a bit more, I feel like, who's to blame or wanting to hide more in Pisces. It's a completely different energy and a different space that we're coming on. So, but I do feel like with the week ahead, it is going to feel a little bit hectic. I feel like it's going to be a sense where if people that are stubborn at the seem want to move, and I feel like you're going to feel like sometimes during this week pushing things up a hill where it's just going to seem like things are a bit hectic and maybe even impossible. But it's also, I feel like it's putting you in a position so that you can maybe start again or reassess things by the end of the month, because we still got the eclipse coming up at the end of the month. Plus, there's a lot of other aspects that are not in full position, like in the exact position, but there's still a lot that's going to be coming up a week. And I just keep on hearing that the week's going to be very, very hectic as well. So let's go to the caller. So we got here Kelly, who's in Cape Carroll, Florida. So hi, Kelly. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the radio.
No problem. How can I help you today?
I just wanted to know if there's any general information or, it's my birthday coming up this weekend. I don't know if maybe any loved ones had any messages or...
Okay, let's have a look. I just get with you. It's like head down, bum up. I just feel like you don't have a lot of spare time on your hands with you as well. Your grandmother on your mum's side, she's passed over? I'm hearing grandmother on the mum's side. And I'm not the best with names, but I'm hearing like a J now. I'm hearing Joe, Jane, Jay. I'm not the best with names, and when I look at spirits, I'm more into like their personalities and what they showed me. But I am hearing J. So by any chance, do you have someone that's name starts with J, like a Joan, or it's like a grandmother on your mother's side?
Not on my mother's side, but my father's side.
Oh, okay.
My grandma's name was Mary Jane.
Oh, excellent. I get excited because names is not something I get all the time. I feel like with her, she was a little bit stubborn. Like if she didn't want to do it, she like it's a bit of a stick in the mud. But I feel like though she had her favorite. So I feel like if you're her favorite, like you could talk her into doing to do whatever it is that she wanted to do. I also feel like she was in the kitchen. I feel like she preserved things like maybe pickles or pickled like fruit or things. I feel like she's keeping things in jars and hearing preserving things. I feel like she knew how to preserve them, or she had things that were preserved in jars. I feel like she was a little bit slow on her feet by the end of it because she showed me that she's a bit slow. But as I said, I just feel like she got really a stick in the mud. If she didn't want to do it or she didn't like you, she would not budge with her. She just want to say happy birthday, and I feel like you are her favorite or her number one, is what she's telling me. And she's giving me like a big birthday cake as well. She's also saying that she's very creative. Could she make cakes? Because I feel like she's something that she's got a cake and she's saying that she made it. So could she make cakes?
She was a baker. Yeah, she liked to bake.
Oh, excellent. Because she's giving you this cake and she told me, she's like, I made this and it's beautifully decorated. So she wants to, she told me that it tastes really, really good. She knows the secret to making the cakes like moist and never dry. Um, uh, I also feel like I know you guys don't have scones there, but she's telling me that she did make scones, or she calling them scones, but I think it's more of an English term. But she's telling me that she made them. And I know that's something that Americans don't actually have, but she's saying that she makes them. And she's also telling me that she's very, very creative as well. Um, she's still saying to don't listen to anyone else. And I feel like specifically in regards to a male. She's saying he doesn't know what he's talking about or what he wants to do. She's saying you need to listen to you, you need to listen to yourself. She's also saying that it's time that you have a holiday because you've been working too hard and it's like time to stress less, but she wants you to go out. I am seeing like a holiday. I am seeing like plane I am going plane travel, but I also want to go like I don't know if I'm cruising back. Like I see like a plane and a cruise, but I feel like that you maybe catch a plane somewhere and then maybe cruise back or something like that. She wants you to go and have a really good holiday, and I do feel like it's somewhere where it is warmer. It's not cold weather, and I do get it's like multiple places that you're going to go and see, and I feel like so it could be like on the border of Mexico or Bermuda, or is Bermuda a place? I think I can't remember the country, but anyway, I just heard Bermuda. But I feel like there's multiple places for you to go to. But she's very excited for you because she's saying to me, your patience is being tested, and I feel like I'm going with that with the little ones, like for the children. The patience is going to be tested, and it's going to be more because I feel like they're more trying to push you to see how far they can push you as well. Do you have any questions for me?
No, not at all. Thank you.
That's okay. So let me just see if I get anything else for you for your birthday. I just feel like just have a great day. I feel like the day will be special, and I do see you going out and having fun and celebrating like how you want to celebrate it. I do see someone who is trying to. I don't think this is your birthday. This is something else that is trying to steer you in a different direction, and you need to say like no to them and just listen to yourself. Like you know what you need to do, is what I feel. So yeah. So let's have a look at some cards for the week ahead, and let's see what's going to happen this week. Let's get some cards out too. So like I said, if you're in town, if you're in Sydney, come and say hello. There's plenty of things to do here. I was at the Speakers Lounge yesterday giving a talk on King Henry VIII's chart, as well as doing some free readings. But there's different things like health, there's remedies, there's also crystal shops, there's to buy cars, there's to get readings, there's anything and everything spiritual here. There's even Lisa Curry, who was a swimmer back in the 80s, who's famous Australian swimmer. Okay, let's have a look cards for the week. Okay, so I do feel like this week, as I said before, it will be hectic that I was hearing, and I feel like it's a sense like a juggling act here, trying to get things done. I feel like people are a bit pushy this week, and there's like a butting heads. People aren't seeing eye to eye, but it's also about forgiveness. But also, I feel like there's a little bit of manipulation, but I feel like people are feeling stuck. So I feel like relationships that aren't working this week, it is like you're feeling a little bit stuck, like you don't know where to go from here. You're kind of at a standstill, but I feel like one person will need to make a move. But also this week coming up, there's also a sense of regrowth. So I feel like this is about nurturing projects, things that you wanting to aspire, things that you want to start. It is about looking at those projects and bringing them to life and nurturing them. Also, it's about wishes this week too. The stars near wishes. So I do feel like this week is also about wishes too. There also could be a sense of relationships like love at first sight, but I feel like this might be blind love. Like your eyes aren't really wide open. So just because we are in those retrogrades. So just about keeping your eyes open and keeping your wits about you. If you are starting a relationship and you are being swept off your feet, just make sure you do have your wits about you and you know what's going on. So we do have a lot going on, even with the cards this week that's saying, I know for a lot of clients that have had here, people sitting down and getting issues with relationships. So it's a common theme that's been happening this week ahead. So also what we got, if you are in Sydney, we also have some workshops coming up too. I got the Psychics at Sea, of course, this is my Psychics at Sea flyer. So if you are looking at joining us for a cruise and learning spiritual development, come along with us. We're going to be learning on water. We're teaching on water, so that's the best possible way to learn whether it's psychic, mediumship, and even looking at astrology and numerology. It's the best way to learn on water. I've also got a one-day workshop coming up in April, which is going to be coming up. So if you want to have a taster of what we're going to do on the boat, come to our one-day workshop. It's going to be amazing. And I'm also going to be having a psychic medium show in Mittagon at the end of May. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you want to connect with me for a reading, you can. My website is at ladyDpsychicparties.com, just behind me there. My Facebook page is also Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram is Lady D Psychic. My YouTube is Lady D or Danielle Psychic, and my TikTok is Lady Psychic as well. So I hope you all have an amazing week ahead. We're all leading up to that solar eclipse. It's happening in Aries by the end of next week. So we are going to be going through a lot more stuff this week, as I said. And I said the month of March will be a little bit hectic. And then we go into next month where the retrograde stop. But I hope you all have an amazing week. As I said, if you're in Sydney, come down, experience the festival here. It's an amazing festival. It's for 4 days and it's here twice a year. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next week back in my regular space. And I hope you had an amazing week ahead. So bye for now.